जय श्री माता जी। अब हम सब श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों को प्रणाम कर कर कुंडली उठाकर बंधन लेंगे। लेट अस ऑल बाउंड डाउन एट श्री माता जी लोटस फीट, रेज कुंडलिनी एंड टेक बंधन। महामंत्र एवं श्री गणेश मंत्र।
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्कि साक्षात् श्री सहस्रा स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः।
जय श्री माता जी। अब हम इसी ध्यान की अवस्था में श्री माता की अमृतवाणी को सुनेंगे। नाउ वी लिसन श्री माता जी's अमृतवाणी इन द स्टेट ऑफ मेडिटेशन। जय श्री माता जी।
चैतन्य पद पर चैतन्य पद पर निरानंद है विलीन तद पर विलीन तद पर अंबोधर करे चैतन्य पद पर चैतन्य पद पर निरानंद है विलीन तद पर विलीन तद पर तार चले गुंजन बहले तार चले गुंजन बहले निर्मल माती कृपा हुई गाय से Mataji, we love you. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. You are Mahakali Mahalakshmi. You are Mother Adi Shakti. You are Mahakali Mahalakshmi. You are Mother Adi Shakti. The power within us when we feel it. Our heart rejoices in Bhakti. The power within us when we feel it. Our heart rejoices in Bhakti. When we surrender, we are in paradise. When we surrender, we are in paradise. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing to us. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing to us. Vishweravali Bhavani Nirmalama 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 Mahamaya Mahakali Vishweravali Bhavani Nirmalama Mahakali Vishweravali Bhavani Nirmalama 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 Swagata Gata Swagata Swagata Gata Swagata स्वागत आगत स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत झुम झुम के करते गान झुम झुम के करते गान स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम पूजा वर माता जी के दर्शन पाकर पूजा वर माता जी के दर्शन पाकर करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर प्रेम फूलों की माला पहनाते हैं प्रेम फूलों की माला पहनाते हैं स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम हम सब करते स्वागतम हम सब करते स्वागतम आज हमारे बीच पधारे श्री माता जी आपने तारे झुम झुके करते हैं गान झुम झुके करते हैं गान स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम निर्मल माते हमारी निर्मल माते हमारी जीवन सुख से कर दे भारी
जीवन सुख से कर दे भारी
आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत करके स्वागतम
हम सब करके स्वागतम
आज हमारे बीच पधारे
श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे
झुम झुम के करते हैं गाना
झुम झुम के करते हैं गान स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम
जागल माता जी के दर्शन पाकर
मेरे माता जी के दर्शन पाकर
करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर
करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर
प्रेम फूलों की माला पहनाते हैं
प्रेम फूलों की माला पहनाते हैं स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम हम सब करके स्वागतम हम सब
करते स्वागतम आज हमारे बीच पधारे
श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे
झुम झुम के
करते हैं गान झुम झुम के करते हैं गान स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम
निर्मल से हमारी
निर्मल से विनती हमारी
जीवन सुख से कर दे बारी
जीवन सुख से कर दे भारी
आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे
आनंद प्रेम शांति सदा ही रहे स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम हम सब करते स्वागतम हम सब करते स्वागतम आज हमारे बीच पधारे श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे
झुम झुम के
करते गान झुम झुम के करते गान स्वागत आगत स्वागतम स्वागत आगत स्वागतम
Thank you. Today is a very great day, I must say, to celebrate Sahasrara, the Puja of Sahasrara. It's a very unique thing that has happened, that your Sahasraras were opened out. There were some very few people in this whole world. There were some Sufis, there were some saints, some other people also in China, I know. But very few got their Sahasrara opened up. So whatever they said or written was never understood by the people. They actually tortured them. They crucified them and did all kinds of horrible things because they couldn't bear somebody getting this realization. So it's a very great day because collectively this Sahasrara has been opened. Every one of you have got it. Also all over the world, you have many people who have got their Sahasraras open. Of course, we need many more for them to understand what is this great event of such a collective opening of Sahasrara. Some have grown very much after getting their realization very much. They have understood Sahaja Yoga very well and they have developed their depth and their consciousness is really a great awareness of oneness with the Divine. To be one with the Divine is the greatest blessing for human beings. So far, they were human beings at a lower level of existence. They had all the problems of that level, is that jealousies, hatred, all kinds of problems that are today of fighting, of troubling others, destroying others, and not loving others. All these problems existed because their Sahasrara was not opened. So our main problem is to open the Sahasrara of the people all over the world, which is very simple, which you can all do it, and it will work better if you do it collectively. If you are collective, you can work it out very well. Like that, in Sahaja Yoga, so many people have come whose Sahasrara was completely opened and they felt their depth. First, you must feel your depth. If you don't feel your depth and you are not one with your personality, which is so deep, then you cannot enjoy the self-realization. First of all, you should understand yourself. If you don't understand yourself, how can you understand other people? You cannot. So first, this Sahasrara should be opened out fully. Fully means complete oneness with the divine. That is not difficult. Only you have to meditate a little bit and then it will work out. It has worked out in many people. I am very happy to see and meet such people in Sahaja who have achieved such a lot of collectivity and also the awareness of a realized soul. So what is the awareness of a realized soul? That is what we have to understand today. It's a very important day, as I said. The awareness is such that you should now know what is happening in this world and how you can help it. How can you help people to get to this awareness? Unless you have this full knowledge about yourself, complete strength about yourself, and the confidence, you cannot do it. Sahasrara Day is to be celebrated just to strengthen your bond with the divine, so that your consciousness becomes absolutely enlightened and you see the right point in everything. It has been in so many countries I have seen. People have taken to it very, very fast. Surprising in Africa, which is not supposed to be a very developed country. It's good because thousands have got realization. Those who are developed have gone beyond the point of ascent, I think. That must be the point. They have to come back from that developed state to this state from where they can rise. And so, the people who have, though got realization, are not ascending so fast as the people who are not yet so much advanced and modernized. Still, it has worked. It has worked in so many people, and so many have got this ascent very well. But I would say that when you are meditating also outside, you should develop a state of witness. You should try to find out what is the matter, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with others, and how you can help it. Only with your vibrations you can correct so many things in your country, in your family, everywhere. And as you see now how Sahaja Yoga is growing, that there's such a need and such a desire to get self-realization. But only thing, your approach should be full of love and full of understanding. They are coming from the darkness of ignorance and they have to go into the illumined nature of the divine, which can be very bright for them. So slowly, if you develop this passionate kindness, love for them, I'm sure you can do much more to raise them. No use getting angry with them, because they are so ignorant. They don't know what they are doing, you see. As Christ has said that they don't know what they are doing. So what you have to do is to make them understand whatever they are doing, whatever they are understanding is still poor. It's not so much yet expanded as it could have been if they were realized souls. Even after realization, I find people have a problem. They still have the problem of the past life, which is finished, is dead, but they still carry on with that. And the consciousness, so much of illumination also doesn't show what's wrong with them. For example, take the case of ego. Ego is so developed. In the Western countries where they are so developed, ego has also developed. And they have to find out what's wrong with them. This ego comes from certain consciousness that you have been something great, you are this, you are that, your parents have been great, maybe your property is great, or maybe you are occupying very big position or anything. It can come from anything, and this consciousness is against your awareness, because it's not true. You are not anything being molded by these outside things, but you are molded by your own awareness within yourself. This awareness has to grow. From where is to understand how do we get this ego. From what point? Yesterday I felt there were lots of people who were having a lot of right side on them. This right side is of no help. It will create problems for you, sickness for you, and also no use having right-sided surgeries. So the main thing is to understand the power of love. Power of love is the highest and the greatest, and if you can manage somehow or other to give up your anger, give up your greed and also your ego, if you can do that, you can be in Sahasrara. Now just see the spot of ego. It stops your ascent further. At ego only people get lost, because at ego only they move to the left or to the right, and they can go to the too much of right side or can go up to the left side. They can go to any extreme of these two. So first of all, we have to correct our ego. For this ego, what should we do? For this ego, we should watch ourselves and laugh at ourselves. What ego do we have of what? We are human beings, now have become divine. And with divine within us, with this light within us, we have to understand that we are a part and parcel of the divine, just a drop in the ocean of love. If you can reduce your ego, if you can bring it to the actual sense of your being, then it will work out better. I find it in the West, this ego is very strong, very, very strong. And whatever they do wrong, they think is correct, because ego can support you in every way. While on the contrary, those people who are developing, the countries who are not yet developed, there the problem is not of ego but of superego. That can be corrected. But ego is your own enemy created by you. So you have to fight it and see for yourself from where it is coming. It might be country-wise, it might be family-wise, it can be from anywhere. So first of all, we must watch out for the ego. If it is Sahasrara, we have to enter it. When I was looking out for a collective happening of Sahasrara opening, I found it was the ego of people which was keeping me down. I had to fight the ego of people, because I am a woman of a very simple habits. No pride, nothing. So people used to suppress me, say all kinds of things to me. But I understood them, because they had ego problem. And once this ego evolves and tries to dominate, we can have Hitlers in this country, we can have all these horrible people all over the world. So the first thing you should understand, those who have ego, we should not ever subdue to them. Of course, you shouldn't start fighting, but you have faith in yourself that you are people who have got self-realization. You are much more powerful than they are. My powers only work out when you are realized souls. You'll be surprised. They work out many things which may not work out with people with ego. Like the other day I heard from Africa that people become invisible suddenly. There was coup d'etat and the president is Sajogi. He became invisible, nobody could find him, because they are very much surrendered. They are so much surrendered that they get advantage of my powers. You all should use my powers also of protection. This protection power is very, very strong, especially for people who are very much in Sahaja, who are very much there. So you must have, first of all, complete faith in yourself that you are Sahajogis, but not the ego. Sahajogis means you cannot have ego. This ego business has come from various sources, you know that. But it has to be cleansed out. Like when the river flows, all kinds of dirt, filth flows into it. But when it meets the sea, it becomes the sea. In the same way, you have to become that. To become the sea, what you have to do is to forget all these tributaries which were coming into you and all these wrong ideas which came to you. It can be from any source. I do not know how to name them because there's a big list of these sources. People are mad sometimes with this ego. So main thing is how to watch and witness your ego, how it works, how it spoils your temperament, how it spoils your relationships, how it makes you stupid. Ego is first thing it does is to make you very stupid, and you start behaving in such a manner that people start thinking that, oh, you are the great, stupidest person ever living. But it is of no help, because if they believe that you are a stupid person, what will happen? On the contrary, if you have the wisdom, if you have that peace, if you have that special temperament of enjoying everything in life, and also the collective temperament, it will work out. They will be impressed, because in that light they can see their own stupidity, own falsehood, everything, and they will realize that what they think is not true. This gentleman is much deeper than me. What he has got, I haven't got it. This is the main thing for all of us. In Sahaja we have people who are leaders. That doesn't mean they become really leaders, but that means that they have a greater depth. If they don't have, they get out. If they have the depth, then they are leaders, in the sense others see them and really enjoy their being there. So in everything you can see for yourself, especially I would say for the leaders, because people see them and they are the ideals for them. For me, they say that mother is after all mother. What can we achieve from her? But from the leaders they learn a lesson, and they understand that this is wrong, this is not proper. First of all, you should be models of Sahaja. And that is what I have been always telling you, that get rid of your ego is the worst thing, because first of all it brings anger. You think you are something great and you can do this, you can do that because you are a Sahaja. It's not true. On the contrary, you become extremely humble, and you do right things. You do not become any more arrogant and also full of anger. Anger departs from you completely. It gives you a balance, it gives you wisdom by which you see what is your job. Why are you on this earth? Why this energy has come to you? Why you are a divine personality? It's a very, very great responsibility. You don't have to look after yourself. No. The divine will look after you. Absolutely. It will protect you, it will look after you, it will do whatever is needed for you. But in case you have this ego, you shut out yourself from the reality, from the truth, and you become very hot-tempered and arrogant personality. This has to go away. Sahajogis are saints, not saints, but they are more than saints because they can express themselves better. They have powers in them which they can utilize, which they can show to other people that you are so powerful that you can manage things much better than what you think. For example, say there's a problem and the whole world is upset about it. Only thing, if you know how to witness it, it will disappear. It will disappear in the whole world. It cannot remain there. So nowadays the world is full of turmoil, as you see, full of nonsensical people coming up, full of quarrelsome people, dominating people are overpowering. At this time, if you just see this in the witness state, this will disappear. Because very powerful, you are very powerful, but you must know first of all that you must have the equipment to use the power. If you have that equipment within you, you can do it. But with your ego, you cannot. Ego is the greatest hurdle for your ascent. You see that ego is at a place where you have to just cross to go to Sahasrara. And to break Sahasrara is very easy otherwise. But if there is ego, you are already lost in that ego. So against all this, one has to understand that, watch yourself. Is ego egoistical? What does it think about itself? Ego is very limited. It makes you limited and you don't see the purpose of your life. Why have you become a realized soul? You don't understand. You just are involved in your own affairs, in your family, in your children, in your something like that, very low. But if you have a egoless temperament, then you are very effective. The whole power works. What I have seen, the power of Sahasrara is so great. In some people it has worked wonders. They have worked it greatly. But because of ego, so many people are still not of that level that we can say they are Sajogis. Now, as it is, I am here to tell you about it. And in those days when these saints came in, nobody was there to guide them, to tell them anything. On the contrary, they were so much destroyed by the surroundings. And people never understood why they don't have any ego, why they are so humble. So they misused. But now you have powers. You must know how to use your powers. But that should not give you by any chance any ego that you have powers. On the contrary, you should be humble. You have power to be humble. And if you can be humble and understand that these people have not yet realized souls, they are at a lower level. Still their ego is catching them and they are at a lower level. They have to come up. When you understand that, then you will have not only pity but also understanding about them, and a kind of a help will come to you from the divine that will solve your problems. I find most of you have problems of very low level sometimes. And then I am surprised, why are you bothered about these problems? You see, you are so powerful. So in Sahasrara, you must know what powers are there. There are 1,000 powers. 1,000 powers within you which are being enlightened. If you can understand that, then you will understand that what's the use of having ego? Because you have such a lot of powers within you which you have not utilized. We should use, but because of ego you cannot. With love you can. With love you can manage and you can do a lot. So I would request all of you today to take a vow that we'll have no more chances for our egos. We'll give it up. We'll give up our ego because there's no sense. That's an obstruction between us. When the Sahasrara wants to work, it cannot because of ego obstruction. So better not have ego of anything. You may be a good singer, you may be anything in life, maybe some big man or anything what is so called, has no meaning. What we need today are people who are egoless and who have powers completely flowing in them. With the opening of Sahasrara, all these powers should flow. If the Sahasrara is fully open, all these powers of love should flow. You'll be amazed that wherever I go, people just fall in love with me. I don't know why, I don't do anything to them, but just to feel my love. That's what it should be, that people should feel your love, and they should know that you are a lovable person. This is the thing you are made, a special people, very special for this whole world's emancipation. That's your job, and not otherwise just collecting money and doing all kinds of nonsensical things. You are for here very, very sensible job, which is to raise the kundalini of people and make them aware of their greatness. Human beings are not created only to war and fight, not created here to play politics and do all dirty tricks. They are not made here to lead a life which is very, I would say, filthy and dirty. But in this world, we are here to do such a great job of God who has created us. So this is possible if you are aware that your Sahasraras are being opened out. And that in this Sahasrara resides the purity. Not all these small little things about which you are worried. Some people try to take advantage of Sahaja, thinking that they can do better, they can have help of others, and nothing of the kind. You can be helped by yourself. You don't need any help. On the contrary, you have to help others. There is no need to expect any help from anyone. Look at me. I am an ordinary housewife otherwise, but how it has worked all over the world. By what? By just the power of love. Only trouble is that I can use my power of love while you don't know how to use. This is the only problem. If you want to use your power of love, in meditation you can develop that power of love. With that you can capture people. With that you can understand their problems are that they are not Sahajogis. They are not the people who are having all the blessings or the connection with the divine. Imagine you are connected with divine, and divine is such a great thing which has created this whole universe, created you, and have done all the great jobs. So what are you? You are a part and parcel of that divine power. So why not we use our divine power fully within us with love and with understanding, so that you develop this wisdom within you. This is what is to be told to yourself, that we are realized souls. This one is something, a personality special, very much special. In this world, there are very few people who are realized souls. But now we have so many, I can see them, but still it's lacking in. Some problems are there because of our ego. One should not have ego of anything. Everything is perishable. What is not perishable is divine love. What is not perishable is divine personality. All the time you see the saints and all that, though they are dead, people remember them. All their poetry is remembered. Though they could not do much of Sahasrara work, they couldn't give realization to people, still because of their personality, they are still respected. And people know that these people have been doing marvelous things, miraculous things. In the same way, you can see your own miracles, and you can see for yourself what you are capable of, because now you are connected with the divine. This is one fact you should know. Whenever there is danger, whenever there is problem, you will say you will be saved. Many have been saved out of you, no doubt. But that is not sufficient. You are saved for what? What is the value of your life? Why are you living? What is the matter? Why God has saved you, given you all this? Because there is so much to be done for this world. You are the, I should say, soldiers of truth, soldier of goodness, and all that is to be done with great courage and understanding about yourself. So what you have to do is to have self-knowledge. You have to know about yourself. You must have self-knowledge, what you are. If that you don't have, what's the use of opening the Sahasrara? Self-knowledge doesn't give you any pride, nothing, but gives you the duty what you have to do, what you have to work out. It's not only just for you, that's Sahaja Yoga, but you are for the whole world. Please try to understand. Sometimes we think Sahaja Yoga is there for our betterment, for a good health, this, that. It's not so. It is for the betterment of others. Your powers are there which you are not utilizing. You are still busy. I get letters saying that this is wrong with us, wrong with that. But why can't you correct yourself? If you can't correct yourself, how can you correct others? That's what it is. I would say, I can see that there's an understanding going into your understanding that you are great. You are not ordinary people. And this has to be practiced and to be used in a manner that will show that you are Sahajogis. You are no less than any Sufi or any realized soul or any saint, no less. But you have powers which they didn't have, of which they were not conscious. While you have these powers, try to understand what powers you have. But by understanding that, you should not have pride about it or anyway, but that's your job. You have to do it. You are there and you will enjoy it because it is not with ego but with ego-less work. If you can manage that much, it will be very good. Now ego has come down very much, I must say very much. I hear from people that ego has come down. But sometimes they are still quite funny and fighting and this and that. But despite all that, I must say this, whatever work has been done on these years, people have worked it out among themselves. So you have to watch yourself and see for yourself what ego you have. Why should you be egoistical? Some of the people have ego of their country. Some of the people, it's all mythical. It's all mythical. What is that? You could have been born anywhere. Oh, you are born in a particular country, you have that ego. And it is something, I must say, one has to be ashamed of, because your country, whatever it is not doing very well. It's not spiritually equipped. So why should you be so proud of your country? When you will work it out and they will become spiritually equipped, then of course you can have pride in your country. But I see not that happening. And so you have to work it out. And I'm also happy to see that so much of Sahaja Yoga is now spread out everywhere. It's spreading very fast. In countries where I never expected, it's spreading out. So there are people everywhere in the world who want to have it. They want to have their realization and they want to know what is beyond this human life. They don't want to waste their life anymore as human beings, but as superhuman beings, I should call them, as Sahajogis. So our ego has to be seen, is to be watched in witness state, how it works and how it tries to dissuade us from the right path of movement. One has to be only careful on that point because that's the last center which has to be opened out. Once it is completely open, you are one with the divine. And your all problems will be solved because these problems are so frivolous and has no meaning. It will go away in no time as long as you work it out, your Sahasrara. It's very nice that today is a very special day with all these 3 stars are coming together and it's a special blessing. If your powers increase, all these people who are very bad, who are trying to capture the society with their political nonsense and all that, they all will disappear. They have no powers, they'll all disappear. So, first of all, your egoless nature will help everyone. May God bless you all.
जय श्री माता जी। अब हम सब श्री माता के श्री चरणों की आरती के लिए खड़े होंगे। Now we will all stand for आरती of Shri Mataji's lotus feet. जय श्री माता जी।
को दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्कि साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवी त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री सहस्रा स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
जय श्री माता जी। आज की इस अमृत वाणी के लिए हम श्री माता जी को कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद करते हैं। फॉर टुडे's अमृत वाणी वी विल Thankful to Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji.
Thank you.